Well, the finals are here, Rachel Spawn, and we were served a magnificent entree with our first semi-final between Townsville and Melbourne, and we were hoping that the major semi-final between Bendigo and Dandenong was going to be just as good and just as tense and just as close. And it was. It was a magnificent match. The Dandenong Rangers took it right up to the Bendigo Spirit, but for the second year in a row, they weren't able to land the knockout blow, and Bendigo will be hosting the grand final.
Oh, Bendigo, they're just a class unit, aren't they? And we saw that Dandenong did have the ascendancy in the first quarter. They came out absolutely firing, and Bendigo had no answers. It's like, wow, is this the Dandenong team today that could beat Bendigo? But they fell away badly second quarter. It was even at half-time, so we started again, but Bendigo dominated the second half.
Bendigo were dominant in the second half, but I want to talk about what happened at the start of the game. You mentioned the Dandenong flew out of the blocks, and they did. 23-17 was what was their lead at quarter time, and everything just seemed to be running smoothly. It was beautiful to watch. But then what changed? What was the catalyst for the turnaround?
Well, I think Bendigo, I'm sure that Bernie gave them a rocket at quarter time to start with, and they just absolutely put on that defence that stifles teams, got it back to a grind, weren't allowing Dandenong to get their run because their transition was what was working for them. I think Dandenong then started to second-guess their shots, and you could see that they weren't as free-flying. They were second-guessing themselves, and that's absolutely what was happening for the rest of the match.
And Christy Harrower was, I mean, we during the match coverage, we talked a lot about this lady, Kelsey Griffin, her ability to score but also grab the offensive rebounds and keep her team in it. But Christy put on a masterclass in the first half as a distributor and in the second half as a scorer.
And Christy did mention herself that she hasn't been shooting well this year, but it doesn't matter. If she can shoot like that for one quarter, that will get your team over the line, because that's what she did today. She's just impossible to stop, and she does it with so much composure.
Those are the final numbers. The Bendigo Spirit were in an arm wrestle right until the end, but they were too good for the Dandenong Rangers. 71-62, the final score. They defeat Dandenong for the 10th time in a row, believe it or not, Rach. And yet again, they will be hosting the grand final on this court at the Bendigo Stadium in a couple of weeks' time.